So many people talk about chasing their hopes and dreams, but so many of them throw it all away because of one single word: learning. What began as a fundamental aspect of life has transformed our society into one where if you aren't the best at something, why even bother trying? After all, only those at the top of a mountain ever truly get to enjoy the view. Fellow Toastmasters, Madam Contest-Master, and honored guests. Nowadays, kids aren't even allowed to make their own path in life because their lives, their talents, are decided for them at birth by a flip of a coin. You tell me, is that a life anybody deserves to live? I want you all to think back to the first time you did something you weren't good at. It could have been anything: swimming, riding a bike, anything. And think back to the first time you did it successfully. What did you feel? Shock? Surprise? An unbridled feeling of joy as a little flame sprung up in your heart and carried you away? That feeling was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, because no matter how many times you do the same thing over and over and over again, nothing beats the first time, when you finally receive validation for all of the defeat and struggles and hardship you went through to achieve victory. And it took me a long time to realize that the taller that mountain, the steeper that cliff, the more beautiful the view at the top. You see, up until high school, I was a so-called gifted child, never really having to try to be good at anything. Until I found table tennis, a world where hundreds upon thousands of people use every ounce of power, speed, focus, and pure effort to push themselves to the pinnacle of controlling a mere 3-gram ball. How hard could it really be? And so I started training. Day 1, I had no speed, no power. 90% of the shots I tried to hit sailed straight over my racket. Day 2, still no speed, still no power. The 15% of shots I could not hit sailed either straight into the net or over my coach's head. And so it continued. Days, weeks, months, even now, almost 2 years after I started playing table tennis, I have so much left to learn. But it's still my favorite thing to do. The feeling of improving day by day, minute by minute, slowly receiving validation for all the blood, sweat, and tears I put into getting just a little bit better is a greater feeling than any sort of talent I ever could have hoped to have in the game. There were so many times where I told myself, this is it. It's time to give up. But I said no. I knew there was more that I could know, that I had to do. And so I kept playing. Looking back, those were among the best decisions of my entire life. Many people often say the journey is better than the destination. Of course, nothing could be further from the truth when it comes to road trips, as many of you would agree. But when it comes to learning, why not enjoy the climb? The feeling of jamming your hands and feet into the crevices and footholds in an effort to go just a few more inches is what makes the journey of learning so much fun. And the tighter those crevices, the smaller those footholds, the more your muscles groan and ache as you slowly claw your way towards the top. The more satisfying it is to finally get to sit down and enjoy the view. So I urge you all, go and try new things you aren't good at, because it's going to suck, because you're going to want to give up. But you have to say no. You have to remember why you started this journey in the first place. And eventually, you will realize the journeys that you fought through after giving all your heart and soul were the journeys that truly matter. Madam Contest-Master.